Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I am Coach P. Koffe Brown out of the great state of Texas, and this is Koffe's Corner. Good afternoon and welcome again to this week's edition of Koffe's Corner. I am again P. Koffe Brown, and I'm so excited to be sharing with you guys each and every single week. Wednesday is my favorite day to do videos. As you know, we've already gone through the first part of the week successfully, and we're heading into the second part of the week. And I love to share with you guys in the middle of the week, in the heart of the week, some great information, invaluable to help you to continue in your quest to go from good to great. Isn't that exciting just to know that we can go from where we are and do something incredible today that will catapult us into a better tomorrow? Every single day. It's not the big things, but it's the little things that get us the results that we're after. It's the consistent patterns of behavior that end up getting us to the destination that we see in our imagination, that place we call promise. And today I wanted to encourage you guys that you are able to retreat, but don't you dare resign. You're able to retreat, but don't you dare resign. Just recently, I was on a platform and I was able to share with some individuals about giving up and quitting and just throwing the towel in after you've gone through this and that and that and this, and you feel like you just can't take anymore. I was able to talk to them about retreating, but not resigning. Several years ago, prior to my move here to Texas, my family and I faced a series of horrible, challenging, traumatic experiences. This went on for a number of years. The death of a marriage, the death of my children's father, and also the devastating loss of our property to a fire which destroyed everything in its path. And my family and I were left with nothing more than the clothes on our backs. We went through so many different challenges, and my children were so young when all of these challenges started arising in our lives. Yet we were able to retreat, but we did not resign. You know, it was very difficult for me to actually start my life over again with just an 8, 11, and 12-year-old child in a new state, in a new city, and not knowing anyone, but just a handful of people who were able to help me to get positioned in my journey to my new beginning, to rebuilding my life. And I want to encourage you today that no matter what you're facing, no matter what you go through, no matter what you have to deal with, you have permission to retreat, but you do not have permission to resign. Things come into our life. You know, life is nothing more than seasons. We have winter, spring, summer, and fall. It's not going to always be spring. It's not going to always be summer. It's not going to always be fall. And it's going to have a winter. Regardless of where we are in our lives within those 4 seasons, we have to know that the next season is coming. And so with the winter of life representing challenges and adversity and chaos and calamity and confusion and hard times and valleys and pits and different adversities and challenges in our lives. That's what winter represents. But after winter, spring comes, and you start hearing the birds chirping louder and louder, singing brand new songs about spring heading into summer. And so even when we have those down times in life where we have to face winter, we have to realize and come to the conclusion that this too shall pass. You know, as I was facing all the challenges in my life and trying to identify what in the world I was going to do with an 8 and 11 and 12-year-old whose father had died and passed away suddenly due to heart disease, I had no clue as to what I was going to do next. But I remember one thing, that if God is for me, it's more than the whole world against me. And I was able to remember that one scripture, and it helped me to understand and know that I was not alone. And even during the times when I felt like I was alone, God said he'd never leave me, and he promised he'd never ever forsake me. And so those were just some things that I had to keep in the forefront of my mind to help me to stay the course, to understand I could retreat, but I could not resign. You know, when you retreat, that means simply taking a step back, saying, let me go ahead and get myself together again and position myself to go ahead and get out there again and do what needs to be done to create, to produce, to become the person that I've seen in my imagination. And sometimes in life, guys, you simply do have to retreat. We have to go away, steal away, and we have to identify what we need to do next to get what we need done so that we can move forward in our journey. You guys, it took me a few years, but I was able to get my family stabilized and to experience new love, new joy, new relationship, a brand new home, and to be able to do everything that I thought I would not be able to do in the moment when those winters of life manifested at my front door. And I just wanted to encourage you guys today that no matter what you're facing, no matter how challenging it is or how hard it is, it will pass. It may take a while. This didn't happen overnight for me. It didn't happen overnight for my children. I went through many years where my children cried themselves to sleep, asking, why, mommy? Why did daddy have to go? Why did daddy have to die at the same tender age that I am now, 44 years young? My children would ask me so often, and I would not have an answer for them because I simply did not know what to tell them other than his heart failed him. And that's the only thing I could really tell them, that in my infinite wisdom and my infinite understanding, I don't know why people die at young ages. I hate that people die at young ages. It would be wonderful if we all could pass at an old, ripe age after we've lived this long, flowing, full, great, incredible life, but that's not everybody's final as far as what happens with life, and that's something that's not within our scope of control to be able to change. We are not able to change the direction of the wind that blows in and out of our lives. We have to just embrace the wind, and we have to embrace the change and all of the things that come along with the journey that we're on called life. And we have to just hold on to our faith and be grateful that no matter what we face in all the winters of the life, and no matter how many times we have to retreat, we still will come back better off than we started initially. You guys, today I just wanted to remind you, just wanted to encourage you that no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're facing, you can retreat, but you cannot resign. Find a way to steal away, to identify what you need to do, to get yourself back on track, to do what you need to do what you've seen in your imagination so those things can come to pass. And take the necessary time to heal from old hurts, old relationships, old scenarios, bad situations, bad decisions that you've made. Forgive yourself and forgive others, and embrace the newness of the new day, heading towards the journey into your new life. Guys, I thank you so much for your time, but my time is up now, and I appreciate you guys just tuning in each and every week just for a few minutes to hear me give you some words of encouragement to help you along your journey. If you need me, DM me. I always say that, and I'm very serious about that, and I do get people who reach out to me on a frequent basis, and you guys know that I care about you. I care about humanity. I care about all of us, and I care about all of us being successful and all of us winning. That being said, I appreciate you guys all the time joining me, joining my platforms and following me. And I appreciate your time today, because that's the one commodity that we can never get back, is our time. So until we meet again, grace, peace, and an abundance of blessings. This is Coach P. Koffe Brown in the great state of Texas by way of Houston, signing off until next week. Blessings, you guys, and I will see you soon. Love you much.